So when you were test running your game, you probably noticed that there is a zoom distance that you experience during gameplay. So by the end of this lesson, you will learn how to change the zoom distance that a player experiences during gameplay. Let's get started. As I was mentioning, if I go ahead and play this game, if I use the scroll wheel, I can zoom out. So you can see I can zoom way out, or I can zoom way in. And then when I zoom the whole way into this is called first person, which you've probably, if you played Roblox, you've probably seen this in some games. So now I'm in first person, and then the zoom out, I can do the zoom wheel. So let's say you would like to change how far out a player can zoom and how far in they can zoom. So you're going to find this over in the Explorer tab, and you're going to click on Starter Player. And so we're going to have that clicked and then highlighted. And once you scroll down, you're going to see that on the camera, they have the camera max zoom distance. So that's the maximum amount of zoom out that they will experience. So as you notice, you could zoom way out on this one. So let's say I wanted to change that so they cannot zoom too far out. Let's say maybe 30. So I'm going to press enter. And now when I go ahead and play this game, I forgot to stop. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and play it. And hopefully it saved my setting. And so now when I zoom out, I can only go to 30. Oops, let's see. Let me try that. I'm going to try that again. So that time I edited while I was playing the game, so I might not have gotten it. Yeah, so see, so when you're editing, you want to make sure you press the stop so that you can go and then change the settings. So I'm going to go ahead and change the setting now, press enter. Now when I test run this game, it will be at 30. And so now I zoom out there, you can see I'm continuing to try to zoom out, but that's as far as I can go. I can still go into first person. So let's say you want to change that and you don't want to allow the player to go into first person. You'll go to the same area. So you'll go over to starter player, have that highlighted, and then go down to camera minimum zoom distance. And at 0.5 is what the setting is now. Now 0.5 is what's called first person. So let's say I want to make that something like 5. So that's as far as I want them to be able to zoom in. Now I'm going to go ahead and press enter, and then I'm going to click on play. And now when I zoom out, I've got that same 30, but now when I zoom in, I have the 5. So I can only go into that zoom distance. And again, this would be for all the players that will be playing your game in Roblox Studio. And again, you can change these zoom distances again if with a script later on if they maybe touch something in the game, or you want to change it if they go to a different world or something like that. Lastly, with the zoom distance, let's say you would want the player to have a first person experience the entire time they're playing the game. So for that, you would go ahead and make sure you stop the gameplay, go over to starter player, and then you're going to go down to the zoom distances. And for max, you'll go ahead and put 0.5 because that's as far out you want them to go, first person. And then for the min, we'll do 0.5 again. So I'll press enter, and then I think I might put 5 there, 0.5, enter. Make sure you do a 0.5, not a 5. So now I'm going to go ahead and press play. And now it should be first person the entire time. And there it is, first person. Now, if you have any problems with clicking outside of the screen for the first person when you're test running your game, you can go ahead and press Control-Alt-Delete, and that should bring up your windows, and that should bring back your mouse so that you can click on stop. And I've seen some other people say that Shift and F5 will also work for them too. So you can try one of those, and that should at least get you out of the screen so that you can keep working on your game and not feel like it got stuck. So you now know how to change the zoom distance that players experience during gameplay in your games of Roblox Studio. So your action item for today is to go ahead and change some of those settings so you can get comfortable with where to find them and how to change them in the games that you're creating in Roblox Studio. So I thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson.